Hello everyone and welcome to the first in a series of Digimon lore videos I'll be working on called Digitalk. Alongside this series I'll be doing a Digimon discussion series with my good buddy Van, where we'll be talking about all things Digimon opinions, theories, maybe even discussion on lore topics if they're relevant to whatever. So make sure to keep your eyes out for those. But in today's video we're going to be delving into a topic that has been asked a lot in my chat and by my community. What is the digital world? Where did it come from? Who maintains it? And we're gonna try and answer that here. Understand that there is some disagreement in the Digimon fan community about this, but there's some things that have been largely agreed on. I'll be filling in some blanks wherever I see fit, otherwise I will be going off of discussions from the Digimon community. Now, to start this off, what is the digital world? For simplicity, it is a world made up of data populated by digital monsters, otherwise known as Digimon. The world is commonly depicted almost as a smorgasbord of random set dressing. As you can see, the digital world is vastly different from how it used to be and changes quickly. For every parallel world, there's a parallel digital world, and they often have different rule sets to them. Explains why things may be a way in one universe but then different in another, such as D-Tamer Digivices allowing input from Digimon cards, while the D-Frontier allows you to become a Digimon yourself. It's important to know what the digital world is before we get into where it's from. Now, we're going to address the accepted canon among Digifans, and to start, it goes into the game Digimon Tamer's Brave Tamer. The digital world began to come into existence with the activation of the Atanzolf Berry computer. This computer was first turned on in 1942, which was neither programmable nor Turing complete, which means that Turing complete is where it's able to decode data manipulation rule sets, just to vastly oversimplify the concept. The computer was conceived in 1937, took 5 years to successfully complete, and if I were to simplify, because I don't want to center a video entirely around the Atanzolf Berry computer, it was a kind of a glorified calculator. You gotta remember, this is the 1940s era after all. Digimon Tamers is the first series really to attempt to tackle the origins of the digital world fully. The Digimon world started as a barren wasteland, but as our communication network grew, layers were added to the digital world, with that original desert being the bottommost layer and the top being home to the 4 Digimon sovereigns who rule the digital world, which I'll touch on more later. Digimon, however, didn't exist in this digital world naturally. They were instead created by a team of humans in the 1970s, by a team of programmers that featured a man who's very important to this, who's named Shibumi. The digital life forms they had created found their way into the digital world, and as they began to grow and evolve, Shibumi was taking notice and wrote code to give them much more individuality than initially created. 4 of these individuals did grow up to become the digital sovereigns, which is made up of, and I apologize preemptively for butchering these names. We've got Eben Wumon, Zhu Quaomon, Azulongmon, Baihumon, which are based off of the 4 deities, Genbu, Suzaku, Seiryu, and Byakko, respectively. Now, even though Digimon aren't native to the digital world, they're not the only inhabitants of the digital world. That would also include these little guys. Diginomes, as they're called, are caretakers and kind of wish granters. I might delve into them fully at some point, but for now just know that they exist and they take care of the digital world and can sometimes grant wishes to those within it. But who controls the digital world? This is where things get very complicated. It's time to talk about am I reading this right? God? Okay, it's time to talk about God. Alright. So, God. In the digital world, there are many different mythological influences. You can see gods and creatures of various beliefs, including Roman and Greek gods, Norse beings, angels, devils, sins, and as before stated, the 4 Digimon sovereigns, which are based on the 4 gods. As you see, the digital world doesn't discriminate on what beliefs may or may not be ringing true within the digital world, but God, being someone who's meant to be omniscient and all-powerful, being a digital being that could be destroyed by the Digimon, would make things a little bit difficult and confusing with how Digivolution works. Another topic for another day. So we're going to talk about two beings within the digital world that are considered God, but aren't Digimon, per se. And we're going to be talking about homeostasis and King Drasil. Now, you'd be forgiven for asking if I meant Yggdrasil, which isn't technically wrong in this case. King Drasil is how they're commonly referred to, and their body is based on the tree Yggdrasil from Norse mythology, though it has its own mind and its own functions. King Drasil has formed the Royal Knights, which are a group of very powerful Digimon, including the likes of Alphamon, Omnimon, and Gallantmon, and it's said that one day it will lead a crusade to the Iliad server to fight the Olympus 12, which are Digimon based on the Greek gods. King Drasil is very much a kill-it-with-fire type of personality. In almost every situation where King Drasil appears, the solution that they give is kill. In Cyber Sleuth, when the Mother Eater appears, he sends knights to destroy the human world. In Digital Monster X Evolution, when Dorumon is seen as a danger to the digital world due to the X antibody, King Drasil sends the Royal Knights to destroy him even though he is Alphamon in rookie state. In Data Squad, King Drasil ordered the destruction of the human world. What I'm saying is, often Drasil is an antagonist in any story they appear, but kind of seen as in charge of the digital world. Let it be said, there isn't a picture of homeostasis. As you saw, I used a picture of Kari when she is possessed by homeostasis. And that's often how homeostasis is depicted, is particles or a Digidestin possessed. Now, aside from King Drasil, homeostasis is another being that is considered to be God, though homeostasis has stated they are not. Homeostasis is very different personality-wise from King Drasil. First appearing in the original Digimon Adventure series possessing Kari, homeostasis was exposition as to the what of the story, giving us a lot of information that nobody really had to give. And as time went on, things changed, where King Drasil is a violent program that makes quick judgment to set a status quo. Homeostasis believes in a balance and only really steps in when things have gone too far, and does not often come with a solution that is just remove the problem through brute force. However, that does not mean that homeostasis is perfect in this regards. Initially, homeostasis was created as a program to overtake King Drasil, and they've been at odds with each other for some time within lore. Hackmon, who later becomes Jesmon, is even working with homeostasis in Digimon Adventure Tri, where Jesmon is a member of the Royal Knights. Homeostasis does have a lot less information than King Drasil, solely because there's fewer instances of homeostasis. And this is where we're going to get into one of my many theories. I have a theory that homeostasis is actually Digidestin powers manifest, because if you look, with the exception of one series, being Digimon Cross Wars, we only see homeostasis in the Digimon Adventure series where there are stated obvious Digidestined. And because of that, I have belief that homeostasis is just the embodiment of the Digidestined, prophecy or belief. I will do another video at some point of Digidestined if people are interested, but that's kind of what you need to know about homeostasis. So, before I had mentioned that King Drasil wants to raid the Iliad server, but what is the Iliad server? What is a server in this context? Much like Yggdrasil tree is in Norse mythology connected to the 9 realms, in Digimon there are many digital worlds, and servers kind of use the same way an RPG may use the word planes. A server is kind of its own. It's almost its own digital world without being one, and this is where there's a lot of contention in the fandom. So I'm going to be tossing in my own interpretation of everything here. And if you disagree, I'd love to hear what you have to say down in the comments. Please let me know, what you think the whole situation is, what you think constitutes as a server. But for now, I'm going to go into what I say, and who knows, if we get enough comments, maybe I'll address them and see if maybe my beliefs change on this. So, I believe the layers are all the different servers, and the reach that King Drasil has is limited to wherever his consciousness is. So if he's in the common layer where the Royal Knights are, that's where he's focused, and going to another layer is going to take processing and all that, especially if he wants to bring other Digimon, which is why he's not able to raid Iliad. There's the Iliad server, there's Witchelney, there's the layer up top where the 4 Digimon Sovereign live, and King Drasil is only on one layer at any given time. I did, for a moment, consider that the various servers are the different digital worlds connected to the different realities, such as, like, the Digimon Adventure digital world is one server, and then Digimon Tamer's digital world is another server, and then, Digimon Cyber Sleuth is another server. But I started thinking about that and the fact that there are different King Drasils in all of them, and to me it didn't make sense that those are all their own servers, but that there are servers where King Drasil is going to actively invade. It just felt a little bit different for me. And who knows, maybe I'm wrong, and I'd love to hear what you have to say about that. But as it stands, that is my understanding of the who, the why, and the what of the digital world. I welcome constructive criticism, so if I got something that you disagree with or something you know is wrong, feel free to put it down in the comments below. I'd love to see what people have to say. Join the Discord server so we can all have fun discussions about this. I'm live on Twitch and YouTube all but Monday and Wednesday, so feel free to pop into chat, say hi. If you enjoyed the video, give me a like. I greatly appreciate it. And, if you're new here, drop a subscribe. I'd love to see what people have to think, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.